Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all well. So I've spent a little while sort of looking at...
I want to preface this by saying I have not watched but about 10 seconds of this. I don't watch this person. I think I've watched a few seconds of a couple other videos, but this is not someone I would watch. I did read the description of this video, and I also read his about section on his channel. I didn't see any information that would lead me to believe that he has the education or the experience to be a credible source of commentary on an investigation. I think he's just an average Joe Smo. I do know that he doesn't live in America, which, not being, prejudiced, but if you don't understand the customs and the language of Americans, you can misinterpret information. All right, let's proceed.
I guess the comments that people are making, not just on this channel, but across the board. And I think that there's this concern. And the concern is that we are potentially looking at what could be deemed as a perfect crime. And that is by a family getting gone their child and not reaping the consequences of doing so. And I just want to say something, and that is, look, whatever is going on, whatever we think is going on, and wherever we feel that we are with this case, Candace is not going to escape. She is not going to escape the repercussions of what has happened here. Now, I imagine that law...
Well, you obviously know what has happened, so please enlighten me, because I don't know what happened to Summer.
Enforcement are struggling. They're struggling because we have a window of...
Did they tell you they're struggling? Please cite for me which person in any of the law enforcement agencies that are trying to investigate this case told you that.
Time that there are no answers to. We know that Grandis was sleeping, so there's no witness there. We know that Hunter went home, so he wasn't there. So we have a situation where Summer was at home with a grandmother who was asleep, with siblings who were potentially doing their own things, a mum who may or may not have left the property, and at least twice, perhaps, again. We don't know, and the fact that we don't know is the same as law enforcement. They don't know either.
I don't think that's the case, buddy. I don't think that they're under any obligation to tell us anything, but how can you make that statement? You don't know. You don't know. You don't know what anyone else knows.
And because of that, we can only, from a court of law perspective, go down the route of what can be proven. Now, I imagine that law enforcement think that there's more to this story than meets the eye. So I imagine that they are trying to see whether there's some way that they can get a conviction of...
Now, notice the word imagine that he used. He imagined. Now, see, if you're speculating, and I don't have a problem with speculation as long as it's based on some facts, but if you're not basing it on facts, you would say something like, I imagine. Because I imagine can be interpreted as, I pulled this out my butt.
Of harm. They harmed Summer. They did something. Perhaps they trafficked her and they want to investigate that avenue. But ultimately, at the moment, there's a window of time that is just this void that nobody can make up an answer. You can't do that. That's not how court works. You have to be able to go in...
But you make up stuff. Why can't anyone else make up stuff? Are you the only one allowed to make up stuff?
To a courtroom and say, beyond reasonable doubt, this is what happened during this period of time, and here is the proof to support it. And we can't do that. And that may not...
And that's how you should speculate. Here's the facts, and this is my opinion based on the facts.
Ever come. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to get what we want. Now, what we know is that Candace, by her own...
Is that what you want? You want her to be guilty? What I would want is for Summer to be found, and this could never happen. But, maybe she wandered into someone that doesn't have a television. I don't know. But I don't want the parents to be guilty. I want Summer found. I want Summer to be alive. And I want for this all to come to an end.
Mission places her with Summer at the point when Summer got gone. So that, in a nutshell, holds her accountable, as she is Summer's mum. She is the adult in the equation. She is the person who is...
Okay. I'm gonna tell you something. We were born unable to be perfect. Yes, it's true. Born that way. If you sneeze, let's say you sneeze 5 times in a row, that probably takes about 15 seconds. Realistically, your child could slip away. You were the adult responsible. They slipped away. Can you help sneezing? No, you can't. Things happen. It doesn't matter sometimes whose fault it is. Sometimes we do things and it is our fault, but no one should ever feel bad because they're a human being. Now, if she was, smoking a crack pipe and, didn't care where Summer was, that's not good. But we don't have any evidence of what she was doing. And until that time, we should not pass any judgment because we don't know. We do not know.
Responsible for Summer's welfare. Now, by Granda saying that she was asleep, now that further pushes the responsibility onto Candace. And maybe Granda's done that quite cleverly, because she knew that if she said that she was asleep, in all honesty, she's entitled to go to sleep, especially if there's another responsible adult with the children. Now, what that will mean is, in the future, if police, law enforcement, turn around and says that they cannot fill in that void of time, there is no evidence to support an abduction, then they will likely go down the route that Summer wandered off. And she wandered off because of the lack of care and attention given by...
Do not make that statement like it's true. You do not know that she wandered off because of lacking care and attention. You don't know that. I know you have children because I watched Trainwreck talk about it one time. But have you ever used the bathroom while watching your children? Have you ever been on your phone, maybe recording a video while watching your children? My kids grew up in the 80s and 90s. They went outside and played all day. I did not follow them. And you know what they learned? They learned how to survive. They learned how to make decisions and be independent.
The mum, again, I use that term lightly. So we will have a scenario where Summer very well could have come to harm because of her mum's delinquencies, should we say. So don't fear, because with...
I have a real problem with that. I'm just going to say, moms make mistakes. Moms aren't perfect.
Time, and without answers, and without seeing Summer, there will become a period of time where the hope for Summer to return fades away to zero. And even though there's a lot of us who will think that's sad, we want Summer to return.
I don't ever give up hope. As a mother, I will never give up hope. it's kind of hard to keep hope. I really am get flustered with human beings and the hate and the meanness and the judgment and the oh. But I will never give up hope, because all it takes is for you to show one person how to be kind, and it's contagious. It will change the world if we all just treated each other like we want to be treated.
And the realism is that we also want Summer to obtain justice. There needs to be someone held accountable, and that someone will be Candace. Whether it's today, whether it's
Gosh, are you a psychic? You have none education in law enforcement, no experience solving crimes. You have solved zero crimes. You have no psychology degree. You have, I think if you did, I can't say no because I don't know, but if you did, most certainly you would put that in your about, because that would make you credible. And I think this is what happened. I think maybe your YouTube channel had about 10 subscribers, and you were just, going through seeing what you were doing wrong, and you happened to find a video about Summer Wells, and you saw an opportunity you could make some money. Because what on earth do you think makes you credible to comment on whether they're guilty, they're innocent? You don't know. But you have made a ton of money off of this little girl. And I'm going to treat you like you treated Candace. I'm going to pass judgment on you. I'm going to say that makes you a very immoral, very con man type person. Because I don't know what you could add to this investigation. Not any Joe Blow off the streets watching the videos that are available to us could add. Nothing. So please, people, when you're watching these videos, read the description, read the about page. What makes these people qualified to talk about this case? If they want to give their opinion, that's fine. That is fine. But the people watching these videos aren't taking that as this is just someone just like me, has no more evidence than I do, stating their opinion. They think these people have some kind of inside information. They don't. They don't. And I don't have a problem with anyone getting paid for their time they put in their YouTube channel. That's not a problem. But they need to be honest about reporting on parents of a missing child and say, this is my opinion, this could be the case, and here are the facts that lead me to this assumption. You realize, these are people. These are real life people. You don't even live in this country. You could not realistically even understand what Candace and Dawn are talking about, because you have no experience with mountain people. This is just insulting my intelligence.
Tomorrow, whether it's a week, month, a year down the line, that will be when law enforcement decide enough time has been given for the safe return of Summer. And they have to then consider the fact that Summer came to harm because of her mum. And no doubt there will be people who still feel that Candace, Dawn, or whatever isn't responsible. But ultimately, children don't just vanish. They don't vanish into thin air. And because...
Please enlighten us on the details of how Summer vanished, since you know. Please tell everybody. Tell law enforcement so we can just wrap this thing up. Very irresponsible on your part. And if I was Candace Bly, I would sue the crap out of every single creator that does this kind of thing. This is scamming. This is, if I wanted to. Do you think I'm stupid? I understand that hating Candace equals money equals subscribers. All you have to do, you could get on here and for 30 minutes say, Candace, I hate Candace. Candace is this, Candace is that. And you would have at least 2,000 subscribers. You would make money every day. The only thing that stops people from doing that is morals. Nothing else. Nothing else. So think about what these people are missing. All right. I can't watch no more. I can't. My blood pressure goes up. I'm trying to have a peaceful, nice... It's a beautiful day. It's quite hot, but I'm going to enjoy it. If you want to give your hard-earned dollars to this con job, I can't stop you. But please, there are many organizations helping children that need money. Real ones. Send your money to them. Have a good day.